Hi students, here we are going to learn the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree, written by William Butler Yeats. So let us see what this poem is about. This poem reflects the tranquility of life. And here in this poem, the Lake of Isle of Innisfree, poet says that he is going to Innisfree. Innisfree is an island in Ireland, to build a small and simple hut. So, throughout the poem, we can see the poet wants to go to Innisfree, which is an island of Ireland, and the whole poem reflects on the tranquility of life. Now, let us go to the first stanza of the poem. I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin built there, of clay and battles made, 9 bean rows will I have there, a hive for honeybee, and live alone in the bee-loud glade. So now let us see the explanations of the poem. First we will see the hard words. I will arise. Arise means get up. Arise means get up. And go now and go to Innisfree. Innisfree, I told you it is an island in Ireland. Innisfree is an island. And a small cabin built there. I built a small cabin there. Cabin means what? Cabin means a room, or you can say a hut. Okay, I'll build a small room or hut there. Of clay. Clay means what? Clay is mud. And wattles. Wattle means tree branches. Wattle is tree branches. 9 bean rows. What is bean here? Bean is a vegetable. Bean is a vegetable. And I have there a hive for honeybee. What is hive? Hive means it is the structure made by the bees. Made by bees. Okay. Then and live alone in the bee loud glade. What is glade? Glade means it is an open space, you can say. It is a open space. So these are the difficult words of the stanza. Now let us see what the stanza is about. I will arise. Who is the I here? I here is the poet. Okay. I will arise. And go now and go to Innisfree. I here refer to the poet William Yeats. He says that he wants to go to Innisfree. He wants to go to Innisfree, the island in Ireland. And a small cabin built there. Over there in Innisfree, he built a small room or a small hut for himself. First, he want to go to Innisfree, and after reaching there, he will make a small hut or a small room for him. Of clay and wattles made. With clay and small sticks, he made the house using the clay and small tree branches. 9 bee rows will I have there, a hive for honeybee. As you know that while he was living in that small hut or the room in Innisfree, he wants to eat something when he feels hungry. So he needs some food to eat. So for this he grow 9 bean rows. How many bean rows are there? 9 bean rows near his hut. Okay, near his hut he made 9 bee rows. 9 bean rows. Bean is a vegetable. And a hive for honeybee. Also he will get the honey from the honeybee hive. Honeybee hive is there, and he will get the honey from the honeybee hive. And live alone in the bee loud glade. And here the poet says that the open space, that is the glade where he built his home or his room, will be full of buzzing sound of the bees. Bee loud glade, you know the sound of the bees are the buzzing sounds. So the buzzing sound of the bees, and there he will live all alone. Okay, all and live alone in the bee loud glade. He lived there all alone in peace and tranquility. He enjoyed the peace there by living alone. So here in this stanza we see that he wants to go to Innisfree and he want to make a small cabin there, a hut there with using the clay and wattles, and he want to plant 9 bean rows while he was hungry. He want to eat something. For this he want to plant 9 bee rows and have there a hive for the honey bee, and there is a hive for the honeybee. Hive is also there, and he will live alone with peace and tranquility in that bee loud glade, in the buzzing sound of the bee. So this is the first stanza. Now we'll move towards the second stanza of this poem. So what is the second stanza here? And I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wheels of the morning, to where the cricket sings, their midnights all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's wings. Now let us see the meanings of this word, this stanza. First, peace. Peace, you know, peace means what? Peace means, you can say calm. Peace is calm. Okay, peace comes dropping slow. The peace is coming very slowly there, dropping from the wheels. What is wheel? Wheel, you know, just the thin cloth covering something is called the wheel. Okay, thin, you can say cloth covering something, covering something is called a veil. Okay, veils of the morning, to where the cricket. What is a cricket? Cricket is an insect here, just like the grasshopper. It is an insect. Sings. There the midnight is all a glimmer. What do you mean by glimmer? Glimmer means, you can say it is a weak light. Okay, glimmer is a weak light. And purple glow. Purple means a purple color. Glow means what? Glow means shine. And evening full of linnet's wings. What is linnet? Linnet is a small bird. You can say linnet is a small grey color bird. Okay, it's a small grey color bird is what we call the linnets. So these are the difficult words of the stanza. So now let us see the explanation. And I shall have some peace there. I means a poet here. Who is the poet here? William Butler Yeats. Okay, so I shall have some peace there. So here poet says that when in Innisfree he will feel happy, and he says that this feeling of peace is felt gradually there. He can feel the peace and tranquility there in his room or in his hut which he made in this Innisfree. Dropping from the veils of the morning, to where the cricket sings, and from where the peace comes in the morning time. You know that it is almost cloudy. The morning will be cloudy and the view is not at all clear. The view for the far things is not at all very clear, and it appears as if the morning has worn a veil, as if the morning has worn a veil, has worn a thin cloth that covers its face. In that way the poet compares here the early morning, which was cloudy, and has worn the veil, and we can say that the morning has hidden itself. Okay, further he says that the cricket insect, morning to where the cricket sings. The cricket insect will sing a song. Okay, the cricket insect will sing a song. The male cricket usually sings a song, and it is a very melodious song, and this song will bring him at peace. This song will bring him the peace. So the morning, dropping of the morning, dropping from the veils of the morning, it will bring him the peace, and the cricket sing the melodious song of the cricket that brings him the peace. Their midnight is all a glimmer. Then also at midnight, when he will see the glimmer means what? Here the weak light, that means the twinkling stars in the sky. When he see the twinkling stars in the open sky which shine there in the sky, it will also give him the peace. Okay, so here in this stanza we are seeing just what all things brings the poet peace. So the morning veil, then we can say the cricket, then again the midnight's glimmer, and at noon a purple glow. And when the sunlight comes, that when it becomes noon, it will give a purplish glow. You can see a purple glow of the sunlight. It also brings peace to our poet Yeats. And evening full of linnet's wings. And during the evening, what happens when he will see the linnet bird? You know, the linnet is a small grey color bird having small beaks and all. Whenever the linnets fly, you can hear the flapping sound of the wings of the linnets. Okay, it's a very small bird, but whenever it flies, we can hear the flapping sounds of its wings. So evening is full of this flapping sound of this bird, okay, in the sky. Here also he will feel, or he can feel the peace and tranquility. So here in this stanza again we see in Innisfree how the poet find himself peace and tranquility. Now let us move towards the third stanza, that is the last stanza of the poem. I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear the lake water lapping with low sound by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, hear it in the deep heart's core. Now let us see here the meanings. I here means again the, who is the I here? I is again the poet here. Okay, here the poet is W.B. Yeats. Then always night and day I hear the lake water. What is a lake? Lake means a large body of water. Okay, that is what we call the lake. Lapping is a new word for you. Lapping means what? Hit gently. That is what we call lapping. Hit gently. Okay, so here the lake water hit gently with low sounds by the shore. Shore means you can say the edge of the lake or the river. While I stand on the roadway, while he was standing near the roadway or on the pavement's grave. Pavement means what? Pavement, you can say the footpath or you can say the sidewalk. Okay, that is what we call the pavement. Pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. Core means what? Inside the heart. Okay, heart's core means inside the heart. So here let us see what is the explanation of the poem given by the poet here. I will arise and go now. Again he is telling that in this stanza poet says that now he will stand up and go to Innisfree, because what is the reason? For always night and day he want to enjoy the night and the day in the Innisfree, which brings peace to his mind. For this purpose he want to go to Innisfree. And he says that I hear the lake water lapping with low sound by the shore, and at the same time the sound of the lake waters, it striking in the shore, it hitting gently in the shore, it repeatedly comes into the ear of the poet. That means the poet can hear this lapping sound of the water that is hitting gently in the shore. This comes into his mind, and this sound attract him towards the lake. Okay, this sound attract him towards the lake wherever he is. That means he is telling, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grave. While he is either standing on the roadway or he is standing on the pavement. Okay, that means the footpath. Wherever he is. Again the poet have used here the way grey, the word grey. Grey, it usually shows the dull color, है ना? The grey usually shows the dull color, or it epitomizes decay. So here the poet wants to say is that since he was standing on this roadway or on this grey colored footpath, he hear the sound of the deep. Okay, he hear the sound of this water gently hitting in the innermost part of his heart. He can hear this in the core of his heart. Still the sound of that water, sound of this water which was lapping, that was in his heart, inside his heart. So this is about the whole poem. Now the poem is a very beautiful poem. I told you that in the beginning this poem reflects on the tranquility of the life. Okay, so poet is what the poet wants to tell us is he compares the beauty of the life with the floral beauty of the industry. So floral beauty of the industry. Then he likes the place industry, that is why he is going to stay and he want to make a hut and everything in history. Then what is the moral that the poet wants to teach us from here? Go back in nature. Okay, we want to go back in nature and we want to enjoy the peace, we want to enjoy the tranquility of our life, and we want to enjoy the peace, and at the same time wants to get the positive vibe of the energy from the nature. So here he says that go back in nature. Then again this poem teaches us that we should build a cabin in a solitary place. Okay, somewhere in a solitary place, and have to enjoy the nature with all its magical power, even if it is a forest, even if it is in a tree, even if it is in a loneliness place, you can feel the magical power of the nature. Obviously the nature unfold itself in a solitary place. Okay, whenever you are in a solitary place, the nature will unfold itself and allows you to enjoy its beauty, allows you to enjoy the peace and tranquility in our life. So this is about the poem. Thank you.